All right, good morning. Karen Scholl, Operations Section Chief with the Alaska Incident Management Team here on the August Complex North Zone. The entire complex today, 870,200 acres. We're at 43% containment. Up on our neck of the woods, we did get the west zone, got some containment on the west side, the northwest shoulder, basically of the whole complex. So that's looking really good. We've got folks over between the Eel River, Flying Ranch down there at the south end of Ruth, patrolling and mopping up. Yesterday, above Ruth, on the east of Ruth, south of the South Fork Mountain, on that big slope coming down, crews were able to bring fire all the way down to the containment line. So that's really, really good. We'll be doing a little bit of cleanup, meaning there are unburned islands between the containment line and where there's black there, and then up above, a little bit higher on the slope, there's some unburned islands of green. So we're going to try and clean those up, meaning we'll be putting some fire in there today, so you will see additional activity in up and around Ruth. It's really important for us to clean up those islands while the conditions are good for us. As we're anticipating the wind event, we want to make sure we're ahead of that game. So some more activity, but most of the firing has been completed. There'll be a lot of mop up today, strengthening containment lines and getting prepared for tomorrow's wind event. Up in the South Fork Trinity, crews are bringing fire down from kind of Rattlesnake Ridge area, bringing it down to the 36 today. We didn't get there yesterday or last night. We lost the conditions, burning conditions, due to the relative humidity that set in. So we were unable to bring it all the way down to the 36. Today, that's what we're anticipating, is getting it to the 36 and starting to head east along the 36, and making sure we're considering the environmentals with the wind, the relative humidity, and then the slope. We are still anticipating those northwest winds, so that should be favorable for this type of burn operation for today. And we'll see how far along the 36 we can get. Up on the northeast shoulder, around the 73 road, things remain active there with the fire. However, we do have crews holding it in place, waiting for the main burn to wrap around. Down near Red Mountain, the fire continues to chunk away, but our crews are there and anticipating perhaps doing some firing off our containment lines just to take the punch out of the fire, meaning we kind of just slow it down so it doesn't hit our containment line real hard. But everything is looking good in those two areas. Down in our northeast, further to the east section, we've got crews mopping up. We did add some more containment line, and we've got a little bit more to go. So the crew will be in there working hard today, utilizing pumps and hose, and mostly just getting out and gridding. And what we do when we grid is we line up 20 people in a line. They're spaced out about 5 to 10 feet apart, and they walk in a line with the first person on the fire's edge where the black is. We string them out 10 to 15 feet apart all the way in, and that gets our depth that we keep talking about, that 100-foot of depth. They walk along and they look and they touch the ground and they feel for hot spots, and when they get a hot spot, they call it out, they work that hot spot, and then continue moving on. So gridding is one of the least glamorous jobs, but it's perhaps one of the most important jobs. Before we can walk away from a piece of ground and call it contained, we need to put a good grid down. So that crew is working real hard out there trying to get containment here. Up in the Post Mountain, we continue to test the water's supply, the hose lays, the ingress and egress, and develop that plan. We've got additional planning to help ensure that the Rowdy Bear community is protected from fire. We're looking at extending the dozer line that we have up to the northwest side of the Post Mountain community. We're also utilizing these roads along the north side and then down the east side, so everything will be good if it comes to that. But we're looking at progressing and tying some of these roads together in a northwesterly fashion from Post Mountain, and that would, if we get spots across the 36 that we're unable to contain, that would give us another ability to start herding the fire towards the northwest and be able to pick it up or contain it further into the northwest, and thus protecting the Rowdy Bear area. So those bigger, longer-term projects are undergoing, are on their way, so that's all looking good. Forest Glen, we've got folks in there. This is going to be a critical piece here for us with the winds. The winds tomorrow are anticipated to come around to the northeast. Our meteorologist is very confident that those winds will appear. We are in a red flag starting tonight through Monday for high winds, low relative humidity, and temperatures. So those all might meet the red flag criteria. And we're anticipating winds to really channel through the 36 highway area and then want to go up and over the South Fork Mountain and push down. So we've got forces ready and anticipating and any kind of fire behavior or any spots that might come over our line. We anticipate that. We expect spots. There's nothing we can do about it. It's part of firefighting. And we're just trying to get the right personnel in the right place to be able to pick up those spots, get dozer lines, additional dozer lines in, access points, and be able to have a plan for that. Spots are not surprising to us. It's part of firefighting. So you'll hear us talk about spots, and we're picking them up, and that means we're getting them under control. When we can't get them under control is when we have to back up to our contingency lines and our alternate lines, and that's why we're putting in dozer lines and looking further out than what we have right now. Okay, let's see, anything else? I think Wildwood, we're not forgetting about you. We're really happy with what we've got going on with our dozer lines here, and we're looking at other opportunities to keep taking the punch out of the fire. So as it comes and wants to get to our control lines, we can burn off those and thus keep the fire from progressing to the northeast into your neck of the woods. Let's see. So overall, I think that's the big news for today. Everything else is looking pretty good, and enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you later.